Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore. Wait a minute, this music isn't right, the scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time for the show for all creatives. Nevermind the Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockert. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
Good morning, Nevermorians. I'm your host with the most, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockert, coming at you over the airwaves on WNTF. Never mind the furthermore. Never mind the furthermore is brought to you, as always, by our good friends over at IndieCD.org. Yes, the Independent Creator Directory, your one-stop shop for the best and the brightest authors, artists, musicians, creatives, game designers, and everybody else that you could want to help you make your dreams come true. Yes, folks, if you are a creative looking to ensure that you get the best option in collaborative support, consider joining. If you are looking for a place to be hosted outside of the ups and downs of standard social media, consider getting hosted. And friends, if you're creative looking to be able to hire and associate with other creatives and find out when conventions are happening before they happen, consider getting hosted for a low cost of $40 a membership. One-time fee, $40 will get you web service. It will get you access to a secret social media network ran by creatives for the sole purpose of discussing things that we actually care about. Like, is this convention any good? Are, comparing print costs, suggestions. It's a wonderful service, and I'm proud to be involved with them. IndieCD is just a great group of people. We are also, of course, made possible by sales of my books, including Haints and Hellfire, A Tale of Appalachian Horror, where one boy's fate may be hanging on the choices of two rival teams of reporters, as eldritch horrors rise up from the Appalachian Mountains to cause trouble. And for those of you who frequent this channel and frequent, the chat, you may find one or two people in here who are a touch familiar, and in the sequel, you may find more. You never know. That's available through Amazon, along with, of course, the Simple Sword, the Fighting Axe, and the Simple Spear, all part of my ongoing series of Western martial arts manuals designed to help you take and understand the basics of swordsmanship in plain, simple English at low cost with stick figure style diagrams so that you can identify with your own story, so that you can find your own fight and learn how not to feel like just an NPC in life, but maybe get a little bit more of that main character energy. Now, to those worried about me being on brand, as you can see, I'm still clearly wearing one of my Hawaiian shirts, but it is a little brisk here in the elusive Tockert II, where the headquarters of White Boot Arms and Artistry LLC, where as the CEO, I am demanding the absolute respect and nobility that this position calls by putting on my comfy hoodie and hoping for the best. It has been a bit of a run on my world, and we're going to get into it. I had some medical stuff that popped up that I am okay, but I had to do a whole lot of blood draws and a few other things. That means I'm still a little wibbly. But that is not going to stop me because it is hump day. And those of you who know around here, Wednesdays usually turn into art days, and I am all about getting some art done. But before I do that, I have to do my accountability. So we'll go through the little accountability here first and foremost. I did get a few words down, fighting through the grind part of the book before things start really picking up again. So I got a couple hundred words. So I'm at 26,545 words done. Not bad for having to spend the day sitting at a doctor's office and then Walmart. Why was I spending time at Walmart? Well, my crafty duckies. Apparently, several of the Walmarts are done selling fabric by the yard. That means they are clearancing it off. That means it makes sense for those of us who are inclined to such endeavors to bulk buy what we can, so that my lovely wife can make things like dice bags and garb clothing to sell and take minor commissions. There may be a cape or two out of it. There may be some really cool stuff working. I would love to tell you more about it, but that's a secret, and you'll have to wait to find out. Let's just say by the time StompCon rolls around, and certainly by LodgeCon, we're going to have some new stuff at our tables, and I am excited for it. So we're working on that. I've had a busy bit of run. I got a nice dose of Between the Bryans, which, anytime you can snuggle between Brian K. Morris and Brian Rodman, you're in for a good time. If you missed that program, go to Brian K. Morris's YouTube channel at youtube.com/@BrianKMorris and catch that. A wonderful, wonderful set of discussions. Now, I admit, hi, my name is Nick, and I've been fighting imposter syndrome hard lately. It's been one of those where this time of year always gets to me. It's sort of a build-up for the next about month. I'm going to be building up towards a certain unpleasant anniversary of mine. And it hits me every year this time of year. It hits my son every year this time of year. Just the difference in the weather, because, those of you who do not know, the weather in Indiana is beyond bipolar. It's downright schizophrenic. Yesterday, for a while there, the day before, it identified with summer and felt like it was going to be nearly 80 out of the blue. And then it decided to drop to 30. Now, for those of us with certain joint conditions, etc., this is weaponized agony inflicted by the atmosphere. I understand that Mother Nature is mad at the world and has a right to be. And if she wants to kick butt and take names, that's okay. I wish she were a little more aimed at those who are actually able to affect major climate change situations or major economic and environmental changes, and give a little bit of space and mercy to us poor folks who are just trying to scrape on by. Because good Lord in heaven, I saw some stuff that have made me realize I need to maximize some of my efforts, both to make money and to become a little more self-sufficient around these parts. So many an active thing is percolating in my world, which means I am going to be very, very busy trying to get through the spring clean, get everything balanced, find where I'm supposed to be mentality. And that's okay. It is okay to hit things like that. Now, before I go any farther, I did put a note farther in the comments, but There was a typo. And as you can see, it is not May 1st. It is going to be May. But I had just filled out some notes on my little calendar dude, which we aren't going to discuss the lack of location of said calendar dude, are we? No, we are not. And it has nothing to do with the fact that when I get my desk redone, my organizer will be carabinered to a one of those, what do you call it? The little thing that banks use to keep you from stealing their pens when then they obviously give you a lot of pens anyway. Yeah. One of those little ball and chains is part of my new desk design that's in the works. So there's still a lot percolating. That's kind of how I like it. I like that point where I am stirring the pot a bit just to see what comes floating to the top and getting things done. We will, of course, be switching over after somewhere between a half hour and an hour into the art portion of this program so I can get next week's thumbnails done. I will be taking suggestions from the chat if everyone can maintain civility, etc. We also may run a bit late because it is Wednesday and I feel like I'm interfering with the good people of over at Nita and Daphne's channel, the Independent Comics Network, Indie Comics Network. Yes. It's funny, I associate with a lot of indies, but I'm looking forward to that. I've got a few other things I want to get done, and it's just keeping the mentality clear enough to get them done. I have this feeling that a lot of things will happen apparently real fast to a lot of you, and I'm okay with that. I like to, surprise you guys just a bit once in a while. Okay. I thought there was another like a tablet on the side, but it's just the sheen coming off of my katana trainer. Not to be confused with my gin trainer, which I will hold up basically mercilessly haranguing my dear friend Thesis until such time as he buys one for himself, as I don't have the funds to be throwing them out right now. With that, I want to get into this week, pumping down towards the weekend in a very slow build, positive mentality, because there's a lot. I know there's a lot going on. A lot of us are fighting imposter syndrome. Lord knows I am feeling it this week. And it's not easy. And it won't be easy, especially, like I said, for the next about month or so. It's going to be kind of rough on yours truly. Always is. But one may surrender to that. One may say, well, this is going to be a rough time, guys, and I'll do what I can, but Or one can go, yeah, this is going to suck. And it does suck. It always sucks this time of year. But I'm going to embrace the suck. I'm going to realize that, and I want you guys to realize the suck is part of life. Now, some of you are going to get pervy and want to get green roomy on this, but I'm not calling for that. This is learning to go, sometimes things don't work. What are you going to do with that situation is too important for even my usual lecherous shenanigans. Because we are not determined. Who we are and what we are is not determined by the smooth sailing days. It is determined by those days when you don't want to get up. You don't want to move. You know, the ghosts of all your injuries have come crawling back. What are you doing with it? You have people like our dear Brian Rodman, who's out there. He was upset that it took him 2 years to get his book out. I will tell you, it took 15 years to get this guy out. Okay? 15 years. And we are barreling towards the, I want to say 5-year publication date on this bad boy. I didn't put that in there. I really should have put the date of publication in here. Well, this is my first book. I could see some of the flaws. Nonfiction is a little easier for me, but we're coming up on some celebrations about that. StompCon is slowly percolating. I am, to those of you who have gaming related things, please keep the feelers out to me. As soon as I can get the date from my lovely wife, I will be looking for independent game designers who want to demo their product. So vend and demo. Okay, I want you to be able to sell your stuff. I want you to be able to run the stuff. While I'm working to have a local game shop come out to cover standard supplies. And right now it's looking like we have a couple war games that have shown interest. I just have to hear back. Unfortunately, small scale war game designers tend to be a skittish and scurrying lot. Getting folks tacked down sometimes takes adhesives, glue, nail guns, duct tape. But I want to make this happen. Even if it ends up, just some vendors and me running Big Stompy Robots, or me having someone else run Big Stompy Robots, I'm okay with that. Because there's a lot of good stuff coming in that chunk of the woods, which means I have to be a very, very busy boy with many, many projects floating all at the same time. So I want to know what you guys are doing, what projects you're working towards, and how you're organizing things. Because keeping it all packed together is something that really is both a challenge and a blessing. And so we're going to work towards that, because we can do this. We can do amazing, nigh impossible things. I was talking to the incomparable Kelly Austin online very recently, actually. And she was talking about how she does very good sales in Japan. I was thinking how my ebooks especially, and even my paperbacks do fairly well in Great Britain, which I expected, and Australia, which I didn't. I get searches in India and I get searches in Brazil of people buying my books, but it seems like Australians are really starting to appreciate some of my works. So I'm going to be looking at what I need to write next in my ongoing series of manuals there. Where do you find when you sell stuff that maybe surprises you? Okay, because I think realizing, hey, I may not sell a lot of books. I mean, many times my consistent online sales, they have basically leveled out at $20 a month and up, which is good for me. My first goal is to get $100 a month consistently. For that, I need some more material. I may need to revisit some older material, but I'm okay with that. I want to know if you're willing to share, one, how are your online sales? How are you doing, consistently? And what markets work for you? And do you know why? I find these things to be very interesting, because that kind of knowledge is what's going to make things fascinating for us. Now, I prattled around the 20-minute line. So what I'm going to do is run the first ad of the day, which of course is for our own Joe Bachman's independent creator directory. Then we'll get into the chat. Oh, excuse me. The pressure is changing so fast, my ears are ringing. So if I get a little louder than usual, I'm speaking over the tones that I'm hearing, thinking I need to reflexively. After we get back, I want to hear what's on you guys' mind. Because this show is not just about me beating my chest and going, look at what I'm doing, although I occasionally do cool things. This is about trying to help you guys be better at what you do. And I think that matters. And you know what else matters? This. Stay hydrated, my duckies. Now, let's see who's in the chat where, and we will get into it. First through the door is Sarah. Sarah. Oh, my. The queen of the crypt herself has ascended from her casket, surrounded by the clocks in that hidden ancient clock tower somewhere in the forests of Illinois, to grace us with her Gothic presence. Hello, my dear Sarah. And here comes the dawn, shooby dooby. Here comes the dawn. Yes, Don Dulas has risen above us all. These two suddenly have that good omens kind of vibe in my head, and I am absolutely positively here for it, friends. But and then Carl Witzman comes through the door. Good morning, Sarah and Don. Is this the room for today's show? Yes, there was a typo. I am sorry. Here's the deal, guys. And I mentioned it, but I'm going to cover some things. I fixed it in later shows. I was asked by Mike Jimmy about when he could come on the program. And Mike Jimmy, Lorsha DeBron, the mastermind behind Life on Quora, as well as, the host of some amazing programs, and an unintended educator on his program, Hung on Animation, will be the guest May 6th. Monday, May 6th. Let me check my calendar real quick to make sure that I have that date right, because I've been a little scrambled. Yes. So I have cut at least 1 week out entirely of my schedule. As soon as I got that jotted down, my mind just warped ahead. So I keep thinking I am frantically behind, and have been just, that feeling of skipping a gear and not quite being up to the RPMs to get there. Yeah. But we're going to make it. We're going to go through, and things are slowly condensing. So I appreciate your patience, guys. And morning, and it's early. I think so, but it's eerily quiet. Honestly, I kind of take comfort in the quiet, you guys. It's nice to have a slow slide into hump day, And Dawn is greeting everyone, and Joe says appears to be the correct room. Yes, Joe, it is the correct room. I just put the wrong numbers down because I am exceptionally special. Watch Tumbleweed blow by. Well, it does say 5/1/24, but the countdown is going. No idea. Rest assured, there is derpery. And Dawn is asking, Joe, is there a show tonight? And Joe is answering, possibly. I do love when Joe is as clear as a brick. It really does make things just so easy to plan around. And bless your black little high-vis clad heart. And morning, Don, Carl, and Joe, and hope so. Depends on how long I'm stuck at the repair shop with the truck to get oil change and new brakes. Yikes. And Thesis, did Thesis slip in here? I didn't see Thesis comment. Because Carl says Thesis. So, oh, there he is. Yeah, I did see. The dyslexia is strong today, folks. I'm watching the comments flitter around like I've got comment dumps going without having clicked the button. It's going to be one of those. I miss caffeine, but we shall find our deliverance as we go through. I'm just hoping I can avoid any banjos playing. Let's see. And hey, Sarah, too. Absolutely. We got greetings and we got greetings. Okay, Joe, I get that. Just deciding how I want my day to go. Awesome. You want your day to go awesome. Preferably with some quality tacos for lunch, maybe a little sweet drizzle as dessert over your dinner. And being as flirtatious and happy as humanly possible. I hope it's not long for your sake, Joe. Got an appointment at 1 p.m. for the truck, just hoping the other appointments decide not to show up. Would it be the first time? Well, you do kind of need brakes. A tragic necessity in this world, but yes. Oh, wow, says Sarah. I came back and the chat is super busy. Rock on! Don't forget to like the show in a handful of minutes. Well, it's been more than a handful of minutes since then, and there are 12 of you viewing, so please click the likes wherever you are. And guys, I know most of you are subscribed to know when the show is coming on, and I appreciate the relatively high subscriber count proportion that I have. I'm proud of you guys. If you're not subscribed, why not? And I mean that seriously. If you're not subscribed to my show, what needs to change to make this show worthwhile to subscribe to? That being said, please like this and please share this, not just for me to get my shenanigans out there, although frankly, I am proud of my shenanigans. They are artfully crafted, artisanal shenanigans. But I want to get the comments and things out there of the different people I support who are doing amazing things to help them level up. It was not terribly too recently, but close enough to be in recent memory. I was informed that someone had explained that they had outgrown Nevermind the Furthermore. And that means that we're doing our job, folks. I understand that I operate on a level of planned obsolescence. I want you to be so busy with what you love, so caught up in the process and advancement that maybe you don't need my program anymore. And that is okay. Because seeing people ascend and get where they want to be, chasing this dream, is something that I am all about. And it's not too busy, Sarah. We're cool. Accountability, says Carl. Got everything ready to upload Donna's book today, I think. Yeah, for sure. And this is me apologizing for the wrong date in the name. Accountability, same old, same old. Going to have to hit some more of the physical stuff on my to-do list. Well, you take it easy and you do what you need to do. Or for sure, it's not busy. I was shocked when I commented way before the show started. There was nothing going on. Then I got absorbed in what I was doing and looked and saw the chat. Hey, that's how our chat rolls around here. And I love that. And I noticed Nick, but we're all good. We're not going anywhere. It's much appreciated. It's cool, Nick, as long as we're in the right room. Yes, and Dawn, please don't overdo it. Volume is half down, I remembered. I'm not sure if IBS or mild food poisoning, but the night was long. You have my condolences, poor Foxy. Either way, I won't be eating that thing again. No bueno. Yes, please get feeling better. Why is it? Because I typoed. I got a week ahead, and oops. Hey, Chris, yeah, Nick caught the date problem. Hey, Chris. Nice your apology. I appreciate that. Nick, good morning, Kelly Carlisle. Kelly Carlisle is the woman, the powerhouse behind not only from the Rembrandt Stratagem and Atomic Stories #1, arranging that anthology, but between the sequel to the Rembrandt Stratagem, War Wolves of London. Now, right now, the back has the delightful Lorem Ipsum, but greatness is coming, and I have absolute faith in Kelly Carlisle's ability to weave a story, build a world, get you enmeshed in it, and then, when appropriate, rip your heart out, because, she's just that good of an author. And vultures, I tell you. Yay! Supersonic at half volume. Is supersonic man out of you? Don't stop me now. We got Hey Kelly and Sarah saying, hey, you guys. Just as it's all a bit wibbly wobbly, timey wimey, but something tells me he did the time wrap again and just ended up on the wrong dates. It is really, really hard being, a Time Lord with, only half the hearts. It does, I'm off rhythm for all of time and space because of this, And we've got greetings. Oh, the Nick Field is super strong. You guys don't even want to know how this morning has been. Donna is on her way. Indeedy, Dawn. Hi, Carl. Hey, everyone. Hello, Donna. How you doing? Now, every morning or so when I do the show, Donna comes in and she slides on in smooth as butter to help keep the mojo in the dojo. And friends, I am absolutely here for it. It is a cold, rainy Indiana day, and if you're not thinking about cuddling up and snuggling down with somebody, well, then you might be missing the point. So get yourself some hot coffee or hot cocoa, and preferably a hot companion to help make the day just a little brighter. So we have Miss Donna Carling coming, and she is being greeted. And why does my ear hurt? I have no idea. Sorry I'm late, says Donna. Helping a beginning writer and lost track of time. One, my dear, dear, dear Donna, it is so rare for you to apologize. I am shocked. Two, you have nothing to apologize for. I would far rather have you helping someone and being of service to this community than coming in on time on my humble little program. As much as I want you to watch my program, which I do, and as much as I want you to share things around, which I do, I understand the needs of putting the people in need first. And 20. All right. Hey, Donna Kelly. Hey, Donna. It takes a village, absolutely. And FJ. Dawn, are you okay, dear? Are you starting to smell toast? What a screwy set of days, beginning with last Thursday. Good bit of mixed feelings. Some fun, excitement, stress, uncertainty, frustration, resignation, and relief. Sir, that comment alone was exhausting. I hope you're holding up together well. Oh, yes, I may have to check out Walmart then. Yes, I recommend, if you have a local Walmart, checking that out. And flashback to my teenage years when I worked at the fabric department at Walmart, measuring every bolt at inventory. Apparently, they have neglected proper inventory practices. But my house is slowly beginning to go from its usual pre and post con warehouse vibe to a Joann's Fabrics, which technically is rolling around in the back of Amanda's truck because it was raining and we weren't going to ferry that much fabric through that much rain. So we shall see. Sounds terrible, Chris. Ouchie, indeed. And I hope things are going better, Chris. And the best part of is greeters would come back and help the count. Enjoyed that part. They were all so sweet. Uh, Walmart used to be a very different kind of place, 10-11. But let's run a quick ad so I'm not too neglectful. And I'm going to run Foxy's ad.
Hi, I'm Auntie Foxy, and I'm a crafting addict. I make custom jewelry from recycled materials, and Foxy has wares if you have coin. You can find me at ndcd.org/about-auntie-foxy. I hope to see you there.
Which is worse, parental interference in your job or a person with a weapon when they shouldn't have one? Working security can be boring, but some conventions are a blast. Find this and all of Donna Carlene's books at lulu.com or look for her on ndcd.org.
Oh, the Tonight It's Just Real today, folks. Let's see. Let's get back into the comments at 10:11. Short version, my car died 300 plus miles from home. Engine wouldn't exit limp mode, and I wound up having to get another vehicle. Wow. Sorry about that, Chris. I understand. I've been there. Yikes, scripts. Hopefully the new one is better, and hopefully that will end your car issues. A new car, Chris. What did you get? And Foxy says, and the internet has hit the I'm liking, nothing you can do about it stage. Nice. Now you can go to even more cons, right? No green room per the suckage. Exactly. Got a Kia Sorento, Carl. Got a bit more than I wanted to pay for it. But that's the vehicle I like best in the lot. I will say this. Check, because I know Kias have a bit of a reputation for being rather accessible for auto theft. And I don't know. I know some models are worse than others. I can't remember precisely which ones, but you may actually have to get something old-fashioned like the club to impede some things, because some of the Kias have some problems in that front. I know they've been working on it because there were some insurance issues, but look that up. And I do hope it goes well for you. Well, Chris, let's hope you get some good years out of that one. 15 years, folks. Translation, don't ever give up. Absolutely. Yep, I eventually get those books I'll eventually get those books from the 1980s published. I kind of skipped them. Carl, that kills sales. Okay, yes, if your book is in the department of being almost as old or as old as I am, and it hasn't been published, it might be a good time to give it some spit, give it some polish, make sure that it's still fitting modern sensibilities, and get it out there, because you've already missed nearly 40 years of sales. It's not that I'm bugging you, it's that I'm bugging you. 15 years for getting a published makes you feel better about taking a step back, tending to more vital things. Whew, that's amazing and hopeful. Thanks for saying that. Well, that's what it takes. I started compiling the notes on it was originally going to be a guide for new fencers in the Society for Creative Anachronism, and it expanded exceptionally. And sometimes that happens. I hope so, Carl. It's got way more electronic stuff than I would like, but practically everything is going that way these days. If I were to suddenly become a billionaire, I would hire myself some engineers, and I would have them design vehicles, preferably electric, and they would be modular. They would be deliberately easy to work on for anything that can be worked on them. So, like everything would be a 10 millimeter socket. If it's not like a lug nut or something, if it's of any size, 10 millimeter socket, everything would be modular. And the engine, if we go ICE, internal combustion engine, or whatever, there's access to it. Anything that could be worked on, designed to easily be accessed, the way things used to be. But quality versus quantity. And especially as the Hanjin is well, I tried to get it to you when it was $40. I really did, sir. And I will say, even at 60 in this market, it's so smooth. It's so smooth. It's shiny. And yes, I know I sheath swords like somebody who's trained in Japanese arts, because I was trained in Japanese arts at certain points. I am refraining from using the phrase, I studied the blade. But I kind of did. Sarah, you have to take care of yourself first. Then you can focus on your creative endeavors. Yep. For you to be creative, you have to be you. So heal, be well, get whatever help you need, and with whatever's going on. And then pursue your efforts, because we want the best for you, Sarah. We want you to be happy. We want you to be healthy. We want your stories to be well received all over the world. And we want you to be able to chase your dream, but you can't chase a dream if you can't walk off the couch. Need a greeter for the con? Dawn, if you guys want to come out, we will definitely happily work on something for that. You were amazing at IndieCD.con. There will be another IndieCD.con probably next year, assuming that this convention goes well enough that we can keep the money kind of rotating. And we will always be looking for a new and bigger site, because that's part of progression. And Kelly says, delays on getting a book out happens. You all know this with me. However, I stopped giving dates, and now I just give the year. Takes the pressure off, and quality over quantity is my belief. It is so funny because recently I watch a lot of the KDP trends, how to sell your books videos, etc. And for a long time they were pushing, well, you could use the AI to streamline and get more of your books out, blah, 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 blah. And I went, that's not the right way to do it. You got to longball it. And with the change in things, people aren't going to buy your crud. Okay? If you're going to put out a book, do it as right as you can. Now, I would rather put out a slightly flawed product than no product at all. And that's where I am on certain of my projects. And I'm okay with that. That's part of the process. Oh, God. Accountability. Day job is starting to keep me busy again during the day. Still working on getting Indie CD totally revamped. That's right. Reapply the fangs to it, make sure it's turned and properly undead, and rising from its shenanigans. But I'm sorry that you're having to work at your job. I don't think that's appropriate. I think Joe Bachman should be provided, free income for just being as awesome as he is. Foxy says, he mentions ears popping, and my ears pop. And I understand that. And Atomic Stories and Werewolves of London come this year. I prefer quality over all else. Well done and well said. You're doing great, Kelly. Delays and setbacks happen, but you are moving forward. Yes, I expected to do a lot more, and then I started becoming a convention showrunner. Well, at least the face of convention show running. My lovely wife and CFO is handling so much of the background work that I used to handle. It's kind of amazing. I just have to do the networking, which if only I had the means to do so. And people I know will likely be there are people like Trelane is an incredible fiber artist, and I'm just amazed by what she's doing. I still have to send her pictures and notes about this little guy, because having a big cuddly version of Doom Bunny would make me very happy. Doom Bunny is my original OG mascot, is completely copyright to me. F not around with the Doom Bunny. I am very fond of the Doom Bunny and its representation of the Doom Bunny militia, being my longtime tactics units in just about any game I run. And let's see. There will be, dude. You're like confusing me, LOL. Be confused. Wandering Dawn, my lovely friend. Joe does what he will. Anyway, I appreciate that much, Chris. I'm proud of what I've accomplished so far and are working on. Wait till I hit those shows. I can't wait. Accountability. I got to get back to work to help pay for all these bills, including the new vehicle. You do what you got to do, Chris. You are well-loved and fondly thought of. I have to deal with the comment dump. Okay. And figured I would just put it out there. I need to do at least one show this week. It's a good thing to do. It gets confusing with Mike Jimmy living in the future. God, I just need, who is it? Crispin predicts. These are stories of the future which matter because we will all be living in it. But we're glad that he could get a new car. It was figured out easily when it also said it was upcoming in under an hour. Sorry about that. Now I find no, I want No, Joe. No. Bad. No. Look. I got my big pocket full of no. Okay, story time. My dear buddy John Miner convinced myself, my lovely wife, to go canoeing with him and his son, Tommy, down the Tippecanoe. It was our first time as a group doing a canoe trip. And a sane person might have made it a short trip. The first 7 miles were absolute glory. It was beautiful. It was wonderful. Somewhere in the second 7 miles, 14 miles into this, my fellow member of the canoe I was in decided to be rambunctious and flipped us, thus getting me soaking wet. The last 7 miles was a combination of abject horror and insanity that makes for a very good story, but very much resulted in me wanting to take my friend, who looks much like Hagrid, and apply concussive corrective maintenance to his cranium. You see, it got dark whilst we were still on the river. Now, During that time of year, a few things were interesting. The coyotes were very active. So we are riding down the Tippecanoe River, which is lower than it's supposed to be, in the dark by starlight, as coyotes are running back and forth. Now, the other interesting thing was it was spawning / mating time for buffalo carp. Buffalo carp are basically Satan's goldfish. I mean, these things are large, they are stupid, and they are attracted to shiny objects. So, whilst we are gleefully making our way down the river, listening for rapids and squinting to watch the sparkles of starlight upon the water, the carp start ramming our boats. Yes, very large carp smacking into the sides of our boats because they think our boats, our shiny little aluminum canoes, are also carp. Now, I am somewhere around maybe the 18th, 19th mile. I am soaking wet, beginning on a journey that will lead to hypothermia. Spoilers. It is dark. The coyotes have been running back and forth. I can see them moving through the shadows. Big packs. Buffalo carp are trying to get us to be unheard. I have been straining my ears and eyes in the darkness. And we round the corner, and I see glimmers of light. Someone on the Tippecanoe, where we were canoeing, had a shack, a hunting shack, a cabin, a we are away from civilization just enough kind of situation that was lit externally only by those kind of weird paper lanterns. That would not have been bad. However, the figure sitting on the porch, all, somehow buried in shadow, who insisted on playing dueling banjos as we came drifting by in the dark, is a special kind of evil. So yes, you have me, having once again realized that adventures with John usually turn into shenanigans, and not of the pleasant type, carefully navigating this canoe, watching sparkles, hearing coyotes, and then I hear din 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 din. No. Tommy, did I yell? No. Did I tactically whisper? Tommy, pedal faster. I'm too pretty to wreck out here. Now, to wrap up the part of that story that matters, as we started to get where he thought we were close to the truck, he reached out and he was hitting his blinker, the key fob to try to figure out where his truck is so we don't miss it in the dark. And he hit the thing and little flashing lights, and we hit relief. Okay, we just have to figure out how to get off. So John produces from his pocket a mag light. Yes, the deranged, beautiful, blessed, rampant lunatic made us navigate for 7 miles, multiple hours because of the water speed, in the dark, whilst being assaulted by carnally minded carp and crazed coyotes, when he could have turned on a light. And his reasoning, dear friends, dear viewers, was this: I didn't want to ruin my night vision. if you ever wonder why I am the way I am, decades of having friends with that level of logic will damage the sanity of nearly any mind. And with that lovely bit of it's not a bedtime story, but it is a story. All of it painfully true. Of the horrible urge to say, and now, the weather. Hi, folks. Carl says, I was awakened by one of my cats today wanting to cuddle, which is fine, until he sneezed in my face. Then I was wide awake. I understand that. Chris Walker says, 9 likes, 12 viewers. Get those numbers up. Yeah, those are rookie numbers. Let's pump those numbers up. Because, friends, we are over here trying to provide you edutainment. Don says, I will be prepared to deal with the shenanigans and hooligans tonight. Oh, just keep speaking dirty to me, Dawn. And you got the salute from my, secret overlord in the background. Yeah, this guy right here. Anyway. One face scrubbing later, I was making coffee at 4:30 a.m. I got to bed around 4:30 a.m. Oh, and he's... Oh, well, something happened. Ouch, Carl. Flops out of bed and attempts to resemble a human. Trey, my dear. Do not attempt to resemble a human more than absolutely necessary. Let your feral fey flag fly. And if you need someone to flop back in, hey, Trey, feel free to feral your way through. Yes, Trey. Indeed, feral Trey is best Trey. You have no idea. Anyway, morning, Trey. Morning, all. Work was canceled tonight due to weather, so I should be making an appearance tonight. Woo-hoo! That means my plans have turned to definitely cuddling down on the couch under blankies, eating hot soup and watching Trey and Joey. Squee! Since Dawn's already squeeing, I will remind you that she is, that being Dawn, my dear, the author of her little stories about Dawn's fashionable felines. Got to give her babies. Update, says Foxy. Leaning more towards food poisoning now. Took morning meds and they want to come back. Ouch! Oh, nice, Trey. Hope it passes soon, Foxy. Me too. I want the muffin. I'm not sure I should chance the muffin. Haha, my clumsy, thumbsy, confused Nick. I.e. Well, see, I speak fluent typo because I live there, but sometimes I'm not sure. And feel better, Foxy. It is nice to note that as soon as I noticed that Trey was awake, Joey disappeared. So I hope they're having a little bit of, morning or afternoon delight. Now, sky rockets in flight. I'm working on it. Good. feeling better. Yes. Accountability. Find my drive-through RPG seller account, log in, see what's coming from it, and upgrade it if necessary. Oh, I need to fix mine. The 1980s books were just for fun. The project skipped ahead. Better project skipped ahead. So don't cry for me, Argentina. I'm doing fine over here. Oh, but we will, because you don't know. You never know if the story that you don't release is the big one. So you have to release it all. Get it out there. Doing fine is definitely good, but we want you to do better. Chinese style sheathing is interestingly similar. I could teach you if you want. I think you should do a video on it. I think that sounds like a great bit of substance for a scripted video. That would be great content for your channel, sir. I smell a video. See? Different Asian sheathing styles. However, quality does not mean perfection. Thank heaven, no. I suppose I could do one on the difference between Japanese and Chinese. Yeah. Lamau! Werewolves of London. Sorry, with the dueling banjos. Oh my God. This story needs to be written down. I have lived a life of insanity, and yes, it does ruffle. Lamau with the banjos. Not gonna lie, when I lived on the Kankakee, I may have made banjo noises at people paddling by. I can step out of myself and see how that is freaking hilarious. I can also step into myself and go, that was misbehavior and someone should turn you over their knee. But I won't. Anyway, anyone see the episode of Family Guy when Stewie was in the South sitting on a porch playing banjo with a straw in his mouth? Probably. It sounds familiar. Eventful sailing. Hi, Johnny. Yes, you know me. I can't just simply have adventures. I have to have misadventures. And our man Johnny put up a lovely new image on his Twitter at JP7Art or X or Twix. You know what I mean. Go check out Johnny's work. He's one of my favorite vampires of all time. I'm still pondering the Miss Saren has bangs now. And the then commentary, does that mean she bangs? She bangs? Anyway, how are you doing, Johnny? It's been a bit. I can't stop laughing. Oh my God, the descriptions are making me laugh so hard. And only because you're okay that I do laugh at this. Oh, please laugh. Please laugh. My life is an occasional laugh track. It just happens. And LOL, Sarah. I've got blisters on my fingers. Hey, Johnny. Hi, Trey. Hey, Johnny. Yo, Thesis. And you know what? It's interesting we mentioned banjos because I am debating the acquisition of something called a canjo. Because while I am getting the strength back, I don't believe I can properly extend to move my fingers across multiple strings to get my cigar box working like I want for quite a while. But I am tempted to get something called the canjo, which is a one-string musical instrument with a tin or steel can or aluminum as a resonator, because then I only have to work on grip and single. Doom, 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 doom. So I'm thinking about it. If anybody has any idea what I'm talking about, I will take advice. And yes, yo, Thesis all. And yes, Trey, I'm so sorry if it's trauma I'm laughing at, but I can't help this laughter. And Peter in the outhouse with it falling. Oh, my raccoon! It's in my raccoon wounds. Yes, I have seen that. Nick, you've unlocked core memory of making banjos out of paper plates and fishing line in Cub Scouts. Yes. Carnally minded carp. Pardon me, I was possessed by the spirit of alliteration. Time for me to hop. Oh, Joe says, need to head to Best Buy for a new headset since the one crapped out and I keep having to move between both machines. See you later tonight. Bye, Joe. I'm sorry you had to duck so fast. And hey, Johnny. And so carp are very much like a description of what underwater moths would look like, constantly bouncing off light sources and things around them. Canoe in this instant. Well, they're not usually as prone to do it, except when they're very twirpated. Hi, Dawn. Have fun, Joe. See you tonight. That phrase is now seared into my brain. Well, you are welcome. Hey, Johnny. Hey, Foxy. My babies. You're so cute with the kitties, Dawn. And I guess Nick doesn't want to see me tonight. Sheesh. Oh, Dawn, you know I'd be happy to see you tonight. Thank you, sir. Georgette finished her spring cold meds. She doesn't hate me anymore. Wonderful. You're welcome, Dawn. Anything I can help with? Haha. Pets hate meds. Indeed, they do. Let me get through this. Thankfully, Huli is pretty easy. Wrap it in pepperoni, down it goes. Remy was smart. Oh. I'm sorry. As soon as Lisa said Remy, of course I went to Gambit. It happens. And which brought me back to the fact that Johnny Cage, masterful artist that he is, did draw Rogue. And see, I have a bit of a spicy take on Marvel movies. That being that I had no problem with Captain Marvel. As a character, I had no problem as a entity running around being OP or whatever. Now, the reason that I have no problem with Captain Marvel is this. It's not that I like the character. I don't terribly. It's that she is a walking, talking battery for when they bring Rogue into the MCU. And I am here for it. If you haven't seen the meme where Captain Marvel is looking down on the train or plane at someone going, so are you going to be a problem? And that the next frame is Rogue from one of the X-Men movies looking up going, B, I might be. It's so good. It's so good, friends. Took me back to the shelter as lead. I was the one who had to administer meds to any animal that needed it. Had to be creative at times. Followed by Huli. I mean, it wasn't bad. Although he wanted extra pepperonis. Who doesn't want extra pepperonis? Having a rough week, month, year, life. Well, what can we do about it, Johnny? I'm not saying it's not understandable. It sucks sometimes. What can we do? What can you do to make that better? What do you need for your life to be better? Because I will pat you on the shoulder, metaphorically, and say, man, I'm sorry. That really sucks. But I also will say, okay, now what can we do to fix it? Because you're far too gifted and talented an individual and far too hardworking to stay in that position long. So how do we get your life not to suck? What does it take? Is it finances? Is it feminine companionship? Is it relocation? How can we help make your world a little better place, Johnny? I am deadly serious on this one. And understandable, Johnny. I could help with administering meds. Lots of years of doing it safely and adequately. If anyone needs assistance on how to do it fairly easily, just a thought. That's useful knowledge to have. I'm good at it, just had to remember how to do it. And hugs, Johnny. And we have a comment dump. And after this, I'm going to get some art going, so it'll be a minute. Understandable. That was a blanket offer to anyone. You rock. I say that as if we're all living in the same area. You could do a video demonstrating. We are, Sarah. Earth. Everyone have a great OW Day. I don't know what OW represents in this case. Ha, Don, we're right next to each other. Inserts hands through interwebs. Absolutely. Now I'm going to run an ad, do a little bit of mumbo jumbo to switch over to art time, and let's bang some art out. Oh, and bye, Carl. You have a good one, okay? So what we'll do is I need a lengthy ad. 2, 1. I haven't run this one in quite a while.
Greetings, fellow traveler. I am Dankert Lexicon. You're either here because somebody directed you here, or because of the strange currents inside the algorithm. In either case, welcome to Radio Retro Future, where we talk about steampunk and other forms of retrofuturism in pop culture. What is steampunk? Well, I'm glad you asked. Steampunk is a combination of science fiction and alternate history, wrapped in a delicious dough of Victorian pulp fiction and modern-day pop culture tropes. You still want to know more? Go check out our ongoing Steampunk Beginner's Guide, the series which explores the genre, aesthetic and culture. Or you can check out the community's musicians, inner teledrama, steampunk music for Fallout. Yes, a actual steampunk-themed radio station for the game Fallout 4 that is part of the mod Old World Radio 2. Or you can check out the Radio Retro Future podcast, where we have interviews with writers and other types of creators within the international community. On our second channel, the Retro Future Research Foundation, on the other hand, we have story videos like Tales of the SCP Foundation, readings of Lovecraft and related writers, lore explanation, and hopefully our very own narrated series of our original short stories called The Association of Ishtar. If you can't wait for the narrations, you can read The Association of Ishtar by following the link down below. That is what we do in a nutshell, and if you want to get involved, join our Discord community where stuff happens. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna bid you adieu. And as always, make things your way.
All right, we had some other stuff going on in the background. Yep, bring that on by. Don't let the cat in. He's going to try and get in. Thank you. So I have some munchies if I require them, because I kind of did not properly break my fast this morning. Let's get into this. Pow. Dun, 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 dun. And you don't need to see me. And we'll get into some Muzak. Let's see. I usually run feeding the ducks, but I'm thinking I might try that. Okay, so one moment. I have to skip ahead. Don says hi, Xander. I don't know if you heard him, but he says hi, Don. And let's go back, Carl. See you, Carl. I am and will be fine. Don't worry. Johnny. Hold on. I always worry. That's who I am. You know, it's like the Hulk, except instead of being angry, I'm concerned. Kitty lunchtime. See you all Friday, and good to hear. We'll still around if you need to vent. Lord knows it helps me, but that's just a reminder. What can my wackiness conquer today? Hi, Xander. Recognize that feeling of not wanting to be pitied, not happening, just a rising tide thing. There's no pity. There's only support. There's a huge difference. had a request the other night and said it, but now I can't remember it. You wanted a flock of flying potatoes. Okay, so let's get into this one real quick, and let me get my comments. See? Deadly canoe trip. How about a 3? Okay, we got some good thoughts. You don't want me to draw floating potatoes because those won't look like potatoes by the nature of it. But okay. Go. Making me go with this one. I. Yeah, I can't do this. Hold on. Well, I mean, that music is too mellow. Pull this down to about 20. I have to at least have a clickable rhythm. Alrighty, we're going to open up with, oh god, a No Mercy. Yeah, that's about the right color. And we're not even playing today. Oh, wait. Got to record the time lapse. I remembered. Let me get my comments back going. Floating taters. Exactly, a support kind of thing. That's what we do. Right, my brain doesn't keep up. Page 10 of the Vampire Squad is now finished. Congratulations, Grey Wolf, and good to see you. Lots of taters. You got me at Vampire. I do love a good vampire story. But first, boom. Sir, I say boom. That's not bad. That's not bad. We're not messing around at all today. Although I think I actually want to go here. Come over here to my airbrush. Oh wait. Yep, and I need how do I want to do this? I'm gonna have to play with this one a little bit to get it right. I don't want to use the fancy stars because I think they'll overdo it, but I may have to go in for that. Let's try like that. Okay, I love that brush, but not quite. I can play against it. Yeah, that's way too much. We're not. We are going that. Maybe? Is it even showing up? Perfect. It's showing up. I'm going to do a bit of that, which is a dappled light in that dark, because the light is going to be very strange. Now, I have the sparkle, but do I want to use the sparkle? Oh, let's try the sparkles and see how insufferable they are. Because I don't want... Okay. We are using a sparkle brush, which instantly gives it that Lisa Frank feel. That's not too bad. That shouldn't be on this layer, though. So we'll undo all this, knowing I won't ever have it exactly the same again because that's the nature of that brush. I'm going to add a layer. Make sure I don't have anything that would do... I have a cloud brush. Let's try a cloud brush. And in a slightly different shade. That's big. Yep, that's perfect though. I forgot how awesome this brush is. I usually make my own clouds, but we'll do this like so. kind of think I like my clouds better, so let's see. Let's combine them. When in doubt, combine. Airbrush. Yep. Okay. Now we're going to have to go spray. Just do that. Wide brush. Let's get a really wide brush. Let's go. Yeah, that's better. I'll do that. Now we'll come to my brush. So we like that. Now that's too much. That'd be for a very different picture, but we'll do that. Well, nope. Reduce. Excellent. Now. Oh, wait. One more. I need my spray back. Going to need this right here. It's not quite right. Actually, a little too dense. There we go. Trust me, that will make sense. Now we come back here. We grab our thick brush. We grab the black. And we just start annihilating this. I'm trying to remember from, I'm pulling back because there was a literal bend in the river. That's a little too narrow. There we go. Bend in the river, just like this. And go like that. And cut in across here, like this. And cut in across here. And what we're doing is just kind of slowly building up the theme. And you said vampire. Twilight has nothing to do with vampires. Those are just really messed up fae. So I wasn't talking actual vegetables. This is referring to manatees. Oh, if you were actually talking to floaty potatoes, that's a whole different universe. I was confused. I thought you were being literal. Anyway, let's just do this. And then you have the shack. This is going to be one of those where there's going to be a lot of, I drew it, I fill it in, but I need to know where the lines are. Because this is very silhouetted in the terrors of the darkness. And actually, due to the nature of what I'm doing, I want my Millipen, I want it to be a little more reliable. Because this is going to be a lot of silhouette work. Okay. Okay. We've got that. And I'm going to just, try to keep this down to a more manageable size. And let's see. Everyone needs sparkle. Wow. And first one, Amazon.com/Renfield Malcolm W.D. Smith at Amazon. I have heard wonderful things about that book. And current project is Vampire Squad 2, Renfield Book 2. Sounds good. Now we're going to put this away for just a minute. And I am going to only leave what I need. because this is going to be one of those slightly more challenging pictures. That's okay. You guys like it when I push myself a bit, so for you, I will push. Yep, I need to black this whole part out just so I can see what's going on. This is going to be one of those that if I do it right, if I can pull it off, it will look really, really cool. And if I can't, I will think it should have. No. That's a little too big. Hold on. I'm pulling from the Wayback Files. Mandy was along, so you could ask my wife if you have any doubts on the veracity of these stories. Do that. Right here. I don't know if you guys could truly grasp just how horrifying it was. Edward's ashes. It's steak and bacon, I helped. Anyway. So now we gotta do all of this. Like so. Keep in mind where everything is. Oh god, this is gonna be such a pain in the rear. I'm gonna be doing so much weirdness with the lighting. No, I don't like that tree at all. I did that one wrong. There we go. And do that. And I'm going to have to go back to my pen to get, the kind of control I want. Okay. A lot of this is trying to get the feel of just how oppressively dark it was. I need is probably this one. Yep. That's better. There's textures in the dark. The dark is rarely as subtle as it seems, as, subtle isn't the right, but as telling as it seems. And yes, this is a bit of, how it feels, but I think we're getting the spirit of the matter. And this is not how one wants to spend an evening. Certainly not the approach one hopes that the world takes. But this is starting to get the feel of it. Yes, there are lots of textures to the dark, and let's see. Spent a lot of time out in the night learning to try to quantify it. There we go. That's pretty close. Now we're going to add another layer. And I'm going to turn this into a soft light layer. Really try to kind of challenge myself to get this looking like I want it to. Oh, wrong brush. I need this guy because it needs to be pretty fun. Nope, that won't work. Okay, the soft light will not work. Let's make this multiple. Maybe? No. Normal? Uh-oh. That looks delightfully horrific. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna have to do this the hard way. You have to do it the hard way. I am looking for a man. He calls himself Mooch. This still needs to be normal. I just have to be. Why is it doing that? It's supposed to be. Oh, okay. I see what's wrong. If I go normal now. Yep, it's just not going to get rid of that. Oh, since it's being ornery, we will zap it. And we will add another layer in normal. And now I can work on it. Sometimes you just have to be willing to let the story tell itself. And we're just going to slide that opacity way. So you're not even sure what you're looking at. And that's good. That's about proper. So, yes, I actually did the time lapse this time. I think we're actually going to call it about here. I just need to sign it. I'm just going to grab that color. Go into my pen. Yep. It's subtly signed. I quite like this one. And we will save this as Night on the Tippy Canoe. No one needs to really realize how horrific that is. And I know you guys can't see this part, but I have to do my export. PNG. Yes. Okay. Okay. And I'm going to export the time lapse. Oh, thank you. And we will call that art time lapse. And I will try to get these added to the different shorts as I have a chance to. But that one was pretty easy because I spent a lot of time in that. And I'm glad you guys enjoyed that. And now I grab the red. I grab the letters. And I go. And we never mind the furthermore. Wow, tell me this doesn't have 80s horror movie vibe at all. Maybe early 90s? I could do this. Back here. And I'm going to, I'm just give me a second. This will make sense. I'm just going to have a little bit of fun with this. Yep. Because the light from the label, from the title, is actually going to be visible, kind of affecting things just a bit, just because I think that would make it kind of neat. Hey all. And let's see, we missed the stuff. Hi, Matthew Craig. Who says you can't hear a pick? Oh, that means I'm doing my job right. Happy hump day. Oh, without the story, not anything else much. Oh, thank you, Craigie. Hear crickets splashing ground. You guys don't know what that means to me. Hey guys, hey, well. It has HalloCon charity auction all over it. Yep, make it a Tippy Nevermind the Furthermore theme. Not sure if that's possible though. Had to talk to the more musically inclined folks. And let me double check the date so we can get back to the thing, and we'll go file, export single layer PNG, NTF 420. I thought about making it upside down, but $29, $24. But I didn't want to do that because that's actually can be a little bit of a pain in the butt. Okay, let's see. If I go here and I go here and I say, oh, let me do this. Let me. Okay. Go right here, get everything back. Oh, that didn't look just awesome. Man. Anyhow. Let's see. It's not doing it. I'm not quite sure how to get that to do that, but I like how it worked. So we're going to call that good. And we're going to do a new one. We will come here. We will close this. We will definitely save that because it actually looks kind of better with the logo. And we're going to run a commercial. Oh, I know. Oh, Tippy. Well, we're all set up. And yep, before I forget, we'll go time lapse, record time lapse. And we will go brand, pause the feeding of the ducks. And let's run.
In 1948, a man was found dead on the beach. But he hadn't just washed up. Oh no, he was very nicely propped up against the seawall, very well dressed. But there were no labels in his clothes. They had all been cut out. Very mysterious, the police thought. And then they found, rolled up in his pocket, a piece of paper from a novel that said Tom Shud. When they finally traced it, it came back to the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam. But it got even more strange because in the back of the book, when they found that it had been torn out of, there was a code, a secret code that has not been cracked to this very day. When they finally found a suitcase, it had a mysterious jumble of items, some which were very hard to explain. Also in the back of the book was the phone number of a very mysterious nurse. What did she have to do with the death of the Somerton man? Find Death and Love Down Under, a novel by Carl Witzman, on Lulu.com in both ebook and print format.
Anyway, let's see. You wanted flying manatees, huh? I'll need my thing. Oh, well, you need my music back. Gotta have my music. I need to find something a little more synthwavy, chill, but we will see about that. And just for a second, I have to check. Nothing important yet. Alrighty, and we'll, sorry about that. That should have been muted. There we go. We'll deal with that, and we're gonna go, because I just want a little bit of visual reference. Alrighty, so we're doing a drip floaty potatoes. Floaty potatoes. You know what? Let's make my life a little easier. We're going to grab a nice blue. Where's that purple? What is that color? We'll see. And we'll go. Boop. That way I'm not working on white. I'm feeling painterly. So I'm going to, I've never tried to paint manatees before. So I'm going to attempt a quick manatee painting. Oh, we're going to make. Oh, and you know what? I guess that counts as a landscape, but and yes, this is going to look a little raggedy. This is going to look a little off for a second. And I do apologize, but I haven't done a manatee painting, I don't think. At least not of this style. It needs to be bigger. This is a big manatee. And what I'm doing right now, I don't usually do quite this style of painting often here, but we're trying to blob out, and this looks a little darker than I would have liked, but that's okay. I can definitely play with it. Like a gesture drawing of a manatee. I am getting the feel of the manatee, and I may do some elements between layers, but right now I'm hitting the key points of a manatee, and means we need the lighter gray. We're going to do a lot of gray hues today, apparently. And we'll just do this. And we'll just kind of say, have like the fence are like, hug me. They're very, very cute creatures. That's going to need here. And here. So right now we're just blocking out where the light is hitting the manatee. I don't need the details yet too much. I just need to think about the light of the manatee and then where the manatee's reflection, which is only going to be the lighter parts, is sort of cast up. Okay. Oh, God, stickers on the front door. And I did get that. Have a great Wednesday, everyone. Hope to see you Friday here. If not, you too, Chris. Have a great one. And I do look forward to seeing how my character gets introduced. But we can do this. And then we're just going to kind of melt this down. And I am using lighter pressure to allow me some variance in the tints that I'm giving it a bit more model to it. A lot of it's just letting the pressure sensitivity. I could easily use the blend tool, and I still might, but I kind of like I said, I like the textured feel that we have going on. This I need a bit darker because Matty has kind of roundy jowls, and that comes down. And it's kind of flat. That's not bad. We're actually going to shrink our brush size a bit so I have some control for the next part. Because they do have little tiny, like, odd almost. And then we go right down here. And get those Powerpuff Girl arms. I know that's probably an odd way to remember it, but Manatee flippers look a lot like, at least from certain angles, Powerpuff Girl arms. And I'm going to grab this middle gray here. And I do love that I can just straight sample off whenever I need to. But just right off the painting itself. Alrighty, so the manatee's starting to look pretty apropos at this point. Certainly no reason to doubt that it is indeed a manatee. What we need to focus on is some of this background stuff. So what I'm going to do is add a layer, and it's a normal layer, but I'm moving it under layer 2. Did you guys catch that? Yes. Now I need to grab this blue so I can figure out roughly where I am. And go just a tone darker. And what I want is very, very, very fine relative to what I've been doing. So maybe this. Ooh, that's a little bold. Let's try and undo this, and let's see how that's a little better. I am trying to get better at drawing water. And that can be very very challenging. You know, one of my great missions in life is to try to get, let me see this. Yep. That's the tool I should have used. That means I get to erase all this junk and switch over. That's fine. First we learn. Come on, we're almost done. Dunk, 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 dunk. Da 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 da. Anyway, you want to try to learn how to get things that are underwater to quote unquote look right, and it's surprisingly difficult to get the textures that you see underwater and have them make any measure of sense whatsoever. It really is quite a challenge. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to go. I'm just going to light spray to a darker sort of thing, like so. Oh, I'm making the cardinal sin of losing my edges. So give me a second. I've never made this mistake before. I'll do this. We'll just do this like so. Now I need it's gonna be a bit of a turquoise. That's not blue enough. That's too powerful. Let's try this. Do this. Yep, we'll just blur that out a bit. Not bad. Now we'll just come darker. And we'll go a bit finer. And we'll go a little darker over here. Oh, that's a lot darker. It's a lot darker. That's okay. But let's see. Great shading. Needs a thought bubble saying don't hate potato. Water can be hard, especially when it gets too cold. See, I'll see myself out. No, you guys are fine. I love the jokes. Oh, don't encourage her. Oh, I'll absolutely encourage you guys. don't need this because I'm working on this layer. I'll do this to the edges. Come over here and do this to the edges like so. Behind our dear friend the manatee, so that we can tell that there's depth. Now let's grab our smudge, our blend tool, get a good sized blend and just blend that out like this. Blend this out. Oh, no, I don't like that. This is, there we go. Now let's switch back to the manatee layer, the actual manatee layer, and I'm going to lightly blend it just to take those harsher brush strokes away. We're lightly blending it. I love how artists do the things they do, making them look all sorts of different as they go along. Oh, thank you. I'm just going to pull that paper over there and paper over here. I don't want to smudge that just a bit. I kind of lost the eye, but I can come back here. I can get that to be able to put the eye back. There we go. I kind of like that. It's soft. It's different. I understand that. But, and it needs a little bit of this. Like here. Well, that's way too much, and that's the wrong sprayer. It actually needs to do that. Now we'll come over to our blend tool again, and we will definitely shrink that down a bit. We'll just buff that in just a little bit. There we go. I think we could use a little bit darker. Come here, soft airbrush. Feel like that? Yeah, it needs to be darkened quite a bit to me. Like kind of sense. I'll come over here. Life is so much easier when I can look at a reference, and the image that I've been using is from the Wikipedia page. Actually, if you typed in Google right now and put it in the word manatees, plural, you would get the image that I based this off of. I'm not sure which photo it is, but there we go. That actually went pretty quickly. I want to do a little bit of cleanup. A few of these lines that got just a little out of my way. And I think we're going to call that a pretty good rendering. And deeper and deeper is all. You're welcome, my friend. Thank you. Will it blend? Yes. I had a blood draw on the second left. My bruise is just now fading. Fading. I understand. Let me see. I'm going to grab a nice blue that's not too abhorrent. Come down to a pen. Doesn't need to be that big. Just slide it down here. Look at that. I'll save as sanity. Oops. typoed that greatly, but manatee emotive is a good name for it because it's not quite. I will save that, and we will file working manatee emotive. Yes, please. And we will export the time lapse. Okay, that went pretty well. That was a quick one. And we'll say art time lapse. And that's kicked out. Oh, I typoed it. I'll fix it later. Because I need to come here. Come here. Go. Mind the furthermore. I'll shrink that down. Get David Attenborough with it. You like that? Like that? Yeah, I like that. It gives it a good rise and fall. I need to adjust this part just a bit. Go wider back here. There we are. I need to come over here and switch layers, keep it stuck, and export single layer PNG. That means I only have to do one more. NTF 428, I believe. And we'll go 24. I'll save that, hit that, okay. Okay, that's a good one. Now we need one more. File new.
Don't forget your time lapse.
Thank you, sir. Save that real quick. And not forgetting the time lapse because Joe totally didn't just scare the pants out of me.
How's the sound? Because this is the new headset.
Oh, quite clear. Quite clear. You sound very good.
Awesome.
Alrighty. And Thesis is talking about having to do my Japanese style is so bad right now. And what the you just scared the tar out. Everybody was so mellow and you had to do a jump scare, Joseph. I hope you're proud of yourself. But I'm sure you are. Now, let's see. I need to do one more picture. What am I in the mood to draw? What am I in the mood to draw? Let's see. Oh, that reminds me. I have a whole bunch of skyscape photos I need to post. I already did my current visitation of that image. I'm not sure. Totally not looking through my random image files to see if anything makes me want to jump up and say, yes, I'll draw that. Inspiration is not finding me. Therefore, I will find it. Let's get a blue. Let's get a pencil. Let's go. Let's just go. We'll just keep it natural, keep it fast, see where we're going. Rock out a bit, and we'll just, if I don't like it, it may inspire me to do something else. So, got some 80s big hair going, that's fine. Well, looks like an anime girl with 80s big hair. We can rock that. Oh, I can smell the Aquanet from here.
Aquanet. Oh.
If you can't hear the ozone layer screaming, that's
If you can't hear the ozone layer screaming, you did not use enough.
absolutely. Now we'll just do this. All right. Rock on. So there's so much going on right here. That's okay. You doing okay, bud? Awesome. Aquanet in the pink can. Oh, there was a request for a nest with pink eggs. Maybe a little later. Oh, how much big hair do I want to put on this picture? I don't know. But now it's like, okay, I've done this much. What am I going to do to follow it up? Let's see if that arm goes there. So we can. Oh, wait, no, that shoulder's back here. So, yeah, that goes there. That goes there. This is why blues matter. We do this. And we'll do this. It's been a while since I've drawn up a insanely over-designed anthro-ish, girl with a very large weapon. When in doubt, go with what you know. And I know women who prefer excessively large weaponry. The hand's not perfect, no, but I am dedicated to drawing hands, even if they're badly at this point, whenever possible, to be part of my. If AI can't do it, I better learn how to. And it needs a blade on some type. Like this. We'll go here. Oh, I think I'll make this look just a little bit of almost grungy. I feel a vibe coming on. If there's one thing I love, it's when I can feel that sensation of a vibe. So there we go.
It's a sensational vibe.
The sensational vibe, absolutely. Alrighty. Go now. We just gotta figure out some details. And we are getting there. I haven't decided what kind of shirt I want this character to have. A little bit of tangent lines. That's okay. We'll. If I go A-frame, that works. That's a good start. Come here. I like my nose like Alabama. She's got a bit of the Puma Girl energy. The Puma sisters, Anna Puma and Una Puma from Dominion Tank Police. We'll see. Lots of big hair. Just messy, crazy, everywhere big hair. Let's go for that. Since we are channeling earlier 80s, yeah, I'd say mid 80s to late 80s actually. Do that. Big old clunky bracelets, because who doesn't love some clunky bracelets? Do that. Okay, here we go. Now we're getting somewhere. I don't know if there's something up with the ears. I haven't quite decided yet. Wings big, sharp enough she can slay her enemies, and big enough she can fly away from her problems. For her eyelids, yes. Let's crank this out. Oh, I know what she needs. She needs like those almost leg warmer things on her arms. Yes, there we go. That. Here like that. Here like that. Not bad. Her collar peek out. There we go. Alrighty, I think we've got a good blue layer. At least enough that I can play with what I've got going on. Oh, I'll give her a tail ring because tail rings are awesome. That. I'll make it a little thicker. There we go. Don't know if you could hear the train going by, but it doesn't matter. Oh, yes, absolutely. Punk rock, absolutely. Yeah, that. Oh no, not fingerless gloves. Oh no. That'll do. Now, let's get inking on this one. This felt a bit inspired. Very Friday energy, which is just what I kind of needed. And then we'll worry about the colorings. Yeah, I bungled that. I can tell, but I can fix that later. Wait, actually, no, I can't. Let me erase that. I mean, I can fix it, but black. I'm going to start with the eyes. Oh, do I want to keep the mechanical pencil, or do I want to... I think I want to switch to a slightly cleaner tool, though. So, I think I want the Zero. I want my Zero back. Yep, I want my Zero back because I want this to be fairly clean. And now we're just grooving as we do the detail work and get our little probably hyper-violent cat girl doing stuff to be hyper-violent with. There we go. And we'll go here. These aren't quite aviators, but they're not quite not either. I want to make some changes to them, which I can because, like I said, guys, if you are inking somebody else's work, you need to be as religiously accurate to what they intend as possible. When you're inking your own, though, have fun. If you are ever drawing a character and you're not sure how it should look, I like the body Tyler claws. They should either look like someone who could be singing "I Need a Hero," they should look like the hero who's responding to someone else singing "I Need a Hero," or they should be the villain that requires someone else to need a hero. That is just a wonderful shortcut for when you don't know what you want to do with a character and you want them to be characters, though. That we want them to have a feeling. The problem with inking is I have been doing inks for a very long time, and I am very, 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 very accustomed to holding my breath while I ink to limit my tremors. The problem being is it's not good to hold your breath that long. And nor in that many, rotations, for lack of a better word. We're just going to knock this out best we can. And I'm trying not to be quiet, but I actually kind of in my jam where it's like, aha, I know where I'm going. I suddenly have the groove, upon me. Oops, that isn't where I want it. That is lost my own black. There we go. I do have a thing about liking to draw characters where if they are rather busty, I like to give them some superstructure to their body. Because there are quite a few characters out there that I find are drawn, curvy, but they're only curvy on one axis. And let's see. Oh, wait. Grunge movement in the 90s when Kurt Cobain was still alive and going strong. He's still going strong, which is awesome. I understand. After hot pink and punk rocker stage of the 80s. I get that. I think I saw level 3 at Target this week. Oh, okay. I know you're talking the hairspray. There's a crow on the thumbnail, so I was here. It was requested, so I'm glad you were here. Doc, where is a good point, since we have Dr. Crow's Carnival, to hop into the current game stream you're running? Because you have some live plays that are always fun. And I miss doing live plays. But RPG live streams are an absolute guilty pleasure. Let's see that here. That's not bad. But because I know you have a lot of those. And this will probably be my last picture of this stream. Because after I am done, I have to make lunch for myself and Little Man, who's been an absolute angel while I've done today's show. He's given me no trouble, and I'm very pleased with that. Let me zoom out. Oh, sounds like the garbage truck is here. That or the wind shifted and my garbage truck is on its way to Kansas. Believe it or not, I've been doing, well, for those of you who follow me on Facebook, you know, I have been doing hand exercises, trying to get slightly better at drawing hands. See, I realize I made some mistakes here. I'm going to have to fix that, but that's okay. The more you play with it, the better you get. That's why we play. Okay, that needs to be linked up and darkened up quite a bit because that's going to be an outer edge. Do this just to keep the feel going. Alrighty. Do this. Oops. Almost lost my black. There we go. I think this is one my wife will like. Actually, I'm certain this is one my wife will like. But, there we go. Yeah, I do love that era where people would make like battle axes out of stop signs to fight, you know, mutant dinosaurs that have taken over New York or something. That sort of almost Akira tech, but not quite mix. And yes, I do. I'm. How can you make them better? Well, I think the hard part for anyone running an RPG, you know, let's play long campaign format is the onboarding. Like, to bring a new person in, they either you almost need to have, you know, regular session breaks or format your storyline so that people can come in during this part or that part and have a chance to, you know, even though they're essentially late to the show, know what's going on. Which is a very tricky concept to pull off, but I think that would be the greatest challenge for anyone running a Let's Play kind of stream. And, you know, just keeping everyone involved. I had to stop Dice Dudes and Dames because of scheduling and some IP issues, because I'm going to be publishing some things, and to maintain my rights properly, I have to, you know, not use a fair amount of it in a published format. There's all sorts of song and dance I have to do. But and you had a good run. Oh yes. Feel free, since Joe's Joe's there. You know, Joe and Trey are going to be doing a stream tonight to make up any lost time you feel you've neglected in not getting to see them. You know, I know it feels like you guys may have been uncharacteristically controlled, and frankly, I appreciate it because I kind of needed a stream where I wasn't quite so having to worry about people. It's actually been very relaxing for me and very helpful. So I do appreciate your moderation today. Let's see how this is going. I know there's some details that need detailing real quick, but let's see what we got. Zoom out. How is that? Hide that layer. I will take that any day of the week. Friendos, I will take that any day of the week. Look at that. Okay. Is it perfect? No, of course it's not perfect. Am I still going to work on it some? Yes. Am I surprisingly pleased with it? Absolutely.
That turned out really good.
Thanks. Get her earring, at least if you can see there. I'm not going for the big facial piercings because they weren't as common in the era that I am kind of being influenced by. But I do need to do some playing with the line weights just a bit. And then I will get to coloring. After I fix up a couple details. That's actually very like. I don't usually actually like my stuff as much as people might think. I'm usually pretty hard on myself, especially artistically. But I like this. So we're gonna. Yeah, this part needs work though. This part needs work. So we're just. That'll do. And let's add another layer real quick. Grab a shape divisor. Where's my shapes? Oh, okay. Let's see. What are we rocking? Well, that'll do. A little bit. Do I like that? Yeah, I like it. Just need to come over here now and do this part. Actually, I think. Yeah, I need to. I'll fix that on the other layer. And I like to do it this way because then I can see how things look. I'll give you a hint. If I start going, I'm leaving that in the line art. I'm planning to do something with this picture. Don't know what yet, but I want to keep it in a format that I can easily import and print in black and white. So we're going to do this. And we're just going to do this, and all I'm doing is erasing anywhere I don't want the crossover line to be. And I have to fix one little tidbit over on the end on the other layer, but I think we're pretty good there. And come over here. I really don't like the way that this is ending up. So I want this closed. So, I mean, there we go. Now come back here and some detailing. Just make it more taped and strapped up. And so since Trey will be joining you apparently for the Burning is Love, you think she's going to do Burning is Yarn, or is she just going to be chatty?
That I don't know. See how she feels tonight after she gets up from her nap.
I am pro nap and nap adjacent activities. All right. Wow. I know I want to color this one, but dang if I don't really like the line work here. So what I am going to do is something you don't see me do often on the show, which is I'm going to sign it, and then I'm going to export it in line art form. Because, frankly, I really, really do like the way the lines works on that. I might do a little bit of erasing here. This is a little, not quite how I want. There we go. Looked a little too high. Let's run right up to that edge. What?
Trey said she's planning on working on a commission from Region Con tonight.
Woohoo! That should be a good one. So I'm going to export this as single layer. Rouge 24. Oh wow, no. And I'm going to say okay to that. I'm going to come over here and then save this as Rouge 24 full. And now I think I will color it because now I have a nice backed up version of the colors. So we'll go. Now I gotta decide if I'm going to softly do it or if I'm going to roughly do it. Do I want to airbrush the heck out of this? Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the airbrush and kind of hybridize this just a bit because I'm kind of having fun. And this is one I can color multiple ways. That's the great thing about digital art. You can always revisit it if you save, you know, in a fixable format. So, I'm sorry, if I'm doing this picture as a commission, I would do the picture just like you see here, and the result would be a PNG. I prefer to give people PNGs because if they want transparency, PNG is so much easier to work with. If they want higher res, PNG is easy to work with. I like PNG files. But I always keep, you know, the Clip Studio files for myself in case I ever have to do something else to the picture. Because, frankly, you never know. Wow. I did all this, and that was on normal. That's impressive. I'm impressed. I thought I was rocking already on multiply where I was safe. No, I'm just practiced enough with my airbrushing. I was able to be that inside the lines and controlled. That's kind of cool. That's good to know. And I know we need that shade of eye. Probably gonna have to zoom in. There we go. Slight gray for the ears. And one purple. Yeah, one purple tail. Purple for the tail. And what I'll do is after I've colored this one, if I have time, probably not today because I can hear by the way Xander's walking, he's getting ready to be, have lunch. Although we had a big breakfast today. I'll probably come back and try and do this, my more traditional art style, where, it's more solid animation. Doc Crow's going to be playing Power Wash Simulator at 4:30 EST. Thanks for the thing. Hold on, let me just. And we'll just tell yourself that you just don't get the political themes of your own work. Huh. I must have missed something. Yeah, for a new entry character, it's good to collaborate how they fit in. And others. I wasn't worried about the entry of the characters. I was concerned with the entry of the viewer. Anyway, let's see. We'll take this. And we'll definitely use this here. How is? Oh. Oh wow! I see what happened. No, I was doing that on the. All that coloring was done on the wrong layer. That was all on the ink layer. Wow. That's terrifying, y'all. I got distracted, and I did the coloring on the wrong layer, and it still worked that well. One, I'm really glad I reflexively backed up my line work, but I'm okay with what's going on here now. Anyway. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be revisiting this picture. That's okay though. Now I'm really pleased because I did all that, not just on the wrong type. I did that on the wrong layer and it still worked. Okay. I can see some parts I've missed. That's okay. That is okay, because right now we're just hopping and popping a little bit. And like I said, this is the last one of the day, and I'm probably going to do a recolor on the other part of it. So right now I'm just getting some colors here to make it interesting. I decided I wanted to go colorful for this one. We'll just do this like that. And we will take the fill tool while we are here, grab a moderate gray, go boonk, 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 boonk. Yep, the fill tool will not work if you don't make the boonk noise. I'm telling you.
Same with the
But
gradient.
it needs a gradient.
No, I said same with the gradient.
Oh yeah. Well, the gradients, yes, that's just a given at this point. Although I didn't think the gradient got the bonk noise. I thought it had its own noise. Think about that.
And to me, the gradient gets more of the NES Legend of Zelda. You know, you found yeah. To others, it's more of a scarier sound.
Oh no, it could be horrific. I'm not saying it's not horrific. But it can be delightful too. There are times when the gradient is appropriate, and there are times where it's not. A yellow gradient with white text is never, ever, ever, ever appropriate. You monster.
Sure, it is.
Friends, you need to support Indie CD so Joe can afford to get the mental health services he so richly requires. Oh,
you're not wrong.
No,
I'm not going to argue that fact.
Nine out of 10 doctors believe that you should join IndieCD.org just to help Joe Bachman, not be as fully insane as he can be sometimes. The 10th doctor, we're not going to talk about him. He's been found, in a trailer, suddenly thinking about his life and his choices.
I keep moving around and keep expecting to have to move the cable out of the way for my headset. This is going to take me some getting used to.
I can understand that being a bit of a burden. I mean, it's better, but you got to get used to it. And that kind of adaptation is always fun.
Well, it's kind of that phantom, like, I feel it there, but it's not there.
Mm-hmm. Trust me, I fully understand. But I just do this.
And Dawn says yellow and red hurts her eyes even worse.
Well, it'll
I guess
hurt.
That means I shouldn't do a yellow and red gradient for tonight's show.
Well, that'll teach her.
No, I wouldn't do that. I have, properly pilfered graphics for my show.
See, you're not a monster.
No, I am. I
was trying to give you a way out. I know you're a monster, Joseph. You know how I know? Because we get along. If you weren't some kind of bizarre individual, how could you tolerate associating with me? Get a little bit of that elf brat vibe going right there. Yes.
I almost put behind the yarn for the show title.
That could get green roomed real fast.
Right.
Now, mind you, I'm not saying don't do it.
And we have Katie joining us. She's saying,
"Hey, Katie." Sorry, I've been rocking out. Hey. He could like you out of sheer spite. I could. I like a lot of people out of sheer spite. I've had too many people. Oh, you can't like them. Oh, Oh, I'm sorry. Did you just say a horrible 4-letter word? Can't? Can't. No. Can't is a terrible word. I hate the word can't. I'm a big fan of the phrase, you know it can't be done, and they know it can't be done, but pray nobody tells him it can't be done until after he's done it. But hybridizes just a bit. Really, I'm having fun playing with different kinds of coloring on this. Different shades. You know, if we're going to have 80s hair this big, it should be dynamically so. Let's do this and that. Hold that down like that. When you're young at heart. Anyhow, this is almost done for the purposes of this episode. I think it's a fun one. Yeah, I'll use this version as the Friday picture, if no one minds. Not that I care, because I'm going to do it anyway, but, you know.
Oh, that turned out great.
Thank you. And like I said, I think Mandy will like it, because this is based largely on one of her character designs I've done for her. And that's one.
You know, I didn't think about it till just now when I hit create on my stream for tonight.
Yes, sir.
Everybody's behaved very well.
Yes.
On your stream, and I know that I'm going to pay for that later.
Quite possibly, yes.
I should have just used Not the Green Room as my cover.
Might not have been a bad idea, but other than that, for those about to die, we salute you, sir. Okay, yeah. No, I don't like that. That's too much. Right there, and let me play with this real quick to see if I want to lighten it, darken it. There's that. That's almost overdriven. But the overdrive has some appeal. I'm leaving it cranked to 11. I don't care. They can't stop me. Anyway, let me get this. Yes, this. Hold on. I see what I'm missing. Go here. There. We'll do it like this. There we are. I'll take that. I will take that. We will save that as we will export single layer, so I don't have to remember the name I did that way. Bam. Okay. And we will export the time lapse, because I think this is a good time lapse, because this was me. This is closer to what it's like when I'm drawing for myself, process-wise. It's a lot more fluid. Behind the fiber sounds like a laxative ad. And I can see that. Oh,
yeah, you're not wrong.
You can't like Miss Saren. You can't stop me. Miss Saren is one of my favorite people on the planet. That's Borders lines on 2. Is that a challenge? That's good to see, Katie. I am sorry if sometimes it takes me a while for the name Katie to stick. I had somebody in my life by the name of Katie. And if you've ever had somebody who does enough in a certain way that it just nukes the name, and just anytime you hear it, it just slides off your mind and immediately goes away. that happens. But we need to remember that there is a Nevermind Furthermore that needs Neverminded. You know what? I'm going to put it way over here for now so I have more room to play with the sizing. Never mind the further.
Are you actually typing? Because you were going
Yeah.
through a whole bunch of different.
That was odd. Okay. Oh, you know what happened? Yeah, helps to click what I'm actually doing.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. It was scrolling a bunch of stuff, trying to keep track with me tapping different shenanigans, but and we'll just do widen that out till the text looks right. Oh, beautiful. And the Nevermore shall be Nevermind. Furthermore shall not be minded. There we go. And NTF. And I bet I have the wrong day, and this is going to cause everything shenaniganry. So give me just a second. Yes, it will, because it's going to think that this is today's. That's okay. For 2624. And part 2, The Revenge. Okay, so I know which one I need. There we go. Well, guys, save. And we'll hope you enjoyed the show. We had three great programs, three great pictures. We've had an amazing chat. Sorry if I lost some of the chat toward the end. I got a little busy. Tonight, 8 o'clock, Joe?
8 Eastern, 7 Central.
So at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, you'll see Joe Bachman, Trelena Bachman, something involving heat and string. Something involving knots will happen. We're not real sure. It may be knotted code. It may be knotted string. It may be both. It could be
It's
the burning
not a
is
good
love.
time, though.
The Burning is Love After Dark. The Bachman edition. But with that, guys, keep drawing, keep creating, because when you make it, you can edit it, you can improve it, but you can't edit a blank page. I love you, and you should too. And I will see you all back Friday for the next episode of Nevermind the Furthermore. Toodles.